Hello again, this is Andy with Handy Andy, Handyman, Handy Andy on Demand, and we are out in Bridgemill Canton looking at another property that we actually bid on, I think 10 years ago. I can't remember if we did the work, but I know the house. And so the owner has us out looking at rotted trim. Basically at this point, he needs to really just go ahead and repaint the front trim on the house, the windows. The gutters need to be cleaned and resealed on the corner, so this fascia is rotted right here. These windows are close to starting to rot. These two, they're not. They just need to be light scraped and sanded. And then on a lot of these windows, these are builder grade windows. You don't have to change them, but if you see the shadow lines, always look for the black in your house. So if you look at these window sashes right here, where the wooden frame fits together, these sash points have never been caulked and sealed. And so at this point, the water's starting to leach in. We're actually gonna be working on another house in the neighborhood that's about the same age. And now a couple of those windows have rotted because they never caulked it. And so when you start to see the little slits in the wood of the sash, that's your first warning that, hey, this is about to rot. So let me go ahead and maintain it. Here on the front entry, you can see where up underneath, there's a gap under the metal mansard roof at the entry, and it's got the same gap over here. And it's just getting to the point now where it's starting to rot the bay window. All this just needs to be scraped and painted. None of this in particular is rotted. The upper windows are, so like this foyer window here is actually rotted in this corner, the brick mold in the frame. So the mold piece is what you see. The inside frame piece, you can't really see, but they usually rot in pairs. So that's the case on this window. The double window over the front bay right here has the same issue in these corners. The fascia board, you got about 8 feet of fascia under this gutter, has rotted through. And part of it is because builders and contractors only paint what you see. So if you prime and paint all 6 faces of the replacement wood or any new installed wood, it'll never rot. And that's what we do. And so we usually put a lifetime ownership warranty on it. You can see when you get up close on the windows, they just take so much heat off this brick. And he's gotten a lot of moisture behind the wood, so it's blistering. So all this area out here on the front needs to be repainted. It's going to be hard to see it in the video, but this fascia board back behind the gutter on the roof line here is rotted as well. Chimneys get the most abuse. Like you see the neighbors, see the black in that chimney up there? That's all rotted out. And again, if you just replace it, back prime it, seal it, you're in good shape. These windows back here are all good on the right side. They just get a little bit of mold because it doesn't get any sun. So the black you see over here is mold. It's not really harming anything. The basement windows right here, he's got 2 on the very end, are rotted right over here. And these are all just standard repairs, and it's all that stitch and time saves 9. So you can see the second window from the right in the basement, it's into the frame right here. So I just put my finger. So this is frame. Anytime you see wrinkling like that, it just lets you know it's rotted through. The right window, someone repaired this brick mold, but they didn't do anything with the frame, so this is rotted. I can put my finger right through it. So now I'll do both of them. When you get upstairs here to the bay, there's just a couple windows up here, and then you've got some rot on the chimney, just like your neighbor does, same thing. So when you look over this way, back at the bay window here, the center is rotted. The right frame and brick mold is rotted. So we're like dentists. We kind of go up into the wood until we get to good wood, and then we cut out the bad wood, piece in a fine cut piece that's back primed and sealed on all sides. And that way it's a little harder to make the repair, but we're not disturbing any of this. Most handymen will come in and they'll just rip this piece off. They don't cut the caulk line first, then you got to repaint the siding, and all of it becomes a headache. When you get right here, again, you can see. So it starts with the brick mold, and then it's into the frame on that window as well. And then I'm not probably going to be able to get it in the video, but I'll try as I go around here. The chimney, the right corner of the corner board is rotted through. And it's the same thing. Caulk fails. Chimneys take so much abuse from the weather, rain. So when that caulk fails, water just starts getting behind. It gets to the unpainted surface and it rots it out. And a lot of contractors will come out and say, well, see here, this has actually been repaired before. And I know we didn't do this repair. They pieced in right up in this area up here. They did a weather cut, but they didn't back prime and seal it. So see all the wrinkling? So we'll actually replace above it. And you never want to piece in like that anyway. You just want 2 pieces. You want to minimize your cuts just for the weather. But beyond that, the house is in great shape. Probably need to budget to repaint all the trim at some point, but don't need to really do that right now. But if you do this stuff right, don't use maintenance-free materials like PVC. It's just the wrong material. the caulk is going to fail, and then the trim won't rot to let you know you've got a problem. If you look at a video we shot earlier of a home here in this neighborhood, that's the issue. He replaced about a bunch of the trim with PVC, was told it would last forever. Well, it sort of does, but now the caulk has failed. He didn't keep up on it, so the inside frames have rotted. It's a more expensive repair, and then all that water is getting back inside his house. So stitching time saves 9 is always kind of the best policy in this business, if you can kind of find reputable contractors in your market to do the kind of repairs that we talk about. But all basic stuff. My brother and I have a team of 28 right now. We let a couple people go. We're looking for some new guys. We run all over Metro Atlanta doing this stuff. We've had the company for almost 30 years now. We do a little bit of everything. You can reach us in the office at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me, Andy, directly at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.